Welcome to Texas All-Star Wrestling. Steve Stack here at ringside with the Cowboys. Scott Casey and Chavo Guerrero will be talking to them in just a moment about their big main event today. Well, they'll be going into the ring to take on the Masked Hoods. We'll give you a lot more information about the Battle of the Alamo. $100,000 winner takes all. That's coming up on the 29th of September. And ladies and gentlemen, the Big Cat. That's right, Big Cat, Ernie Ladd, here on Texas All-Star Wrestling today. We'll be talking to him later on. Cowboys, Scott Casey and Chavo Guerrero. Casey, it's good to have you back in Texas All-Star Wrestling.
Thank you very much. You know, $100,000 could bring anybody back, but I'm back here also to see a bunch of my friends, especially Chavo Guerrero and his brother Hector, and I'm going to see some old enemies. I'm going to make some new enemies, but it's all going to take place at the Battle of the Alamo, and $100,000, winner take all. Can you imagine what you can do with that? Now, you could probably buy a bunch of vintage wine. I could go for 5 good quarter horses. I don't know what Chavo wants to go for. We'll have to ask him.
Chavo Guerrero. Buy a new Porsche, man. Let me tell you something. Scott and I were talking, and we're saying, you know, when was the last time Battle of the Alamo? 150 years ago, we figured out, well, it's happening again, and it's this weekend. There's a lot of surprises, and Scott, you know, I was telling Scott, my dad's going to be here in my corner. He's going to be in Hector's corner, and believe me, it's going to be one of the greatest events, if not the greatest event in professional wrestling history.
Well, you guys got a big fight on your hands today. You'll be going into the ring against the masked mysterious Hoods. Al Madril, their advisor, no telling what he's got planned for you.
Well, we're ready for him, and I'm sure Scott's ready for him.
Stay tuned, ladies. Civic Center in Temple on Saturday night, October the 12th, 8 o'clock starting time, main event. It's Big Bubba, 431 pounds in the ring at the Mayburn Civic Center to take on Al Madril. The Texas Tag Team titles on the line. American Force up against the Hoods. Killer Brooks will be there up against Nick Kiniski. The Golden Boy, Mike Golden, with Fantasy in his corner, takes on Jim Powell. Dale Veasey, the Georgia Strongman, will be there to meet Rick McCord. Advance tickets on sale at the Mayburn Civic Center box office, and the action all begins at 8 p.m. on Saturday, October the 12th, right there in Temple at the Mayburn Civic Center. And all you fans up in Lexington, we want to see you in Lexington on Saturday, October the 5th. Big Bubba, you against Al Madril.
Well, I tell you what, Steve, I want all those people to come out and see me and Al Madril get into it together. If you look at his hand, you see what happened to his hand when my man, good friend, Chavo Guerrero did to his hand. This time, it's liable to be his whole body by the time I get to him. I'm going to get that head and just crack down on it. And maybe when we're finished, it'll be 1, 2, 3. The center of the ring, that big splash.
Oh, the big splash. I haven't seen anybody get up from that. It's Big Bubba against Al Madril, and here is Al Madril.
Before I want to talk about you, Fatso, I want to talk about my man, the crazy man, the wild man, the Killer Brooks. He's back, people, and he's wilder and crazier than ever. And he's going against everybody's pain, Nick Kiniski. Well, I ain't worried about that, baby. What I got on my mind right now is you, Bubba, right? Chavo Guerrero did this to me, right? But where's Chavo Guerrero now? Answer that, Fatso. When I get in that ring with you, Bubba, this cast may just be all over your body, all over your face, and then we're going to see who needs a body cast, me or you. I don't know if they can make one that big enough for that fat belly of yours, but we're going to figure out and try something. But, Bubba, you're going to go down, baby. You want to splash me?
Into the ring, but before we pick up that action, I want to tell you that the city councilman of District 5 here in San Antonio, Mr. Walter Martinez, will be at the Freeman Coliseum on Sunday the 29th. He'll be collecting donations for the Mexico Earthquake Relief Fund, and he'll be assisted by the Guardian Angels, Joe. And I know you have a lot of relatives and great friends living down in that area.
Well, you know, I have immediate family there, and I still don't know what happened to me. You know, there's no communication, and like you say, Walter Martinez is going to be there. I'm going to be there. There's going to be a special place where the Guardian Angels are going to be. We're going to be taking up a collection for anybody that wants to volunteer. Cualquier persona que quiera donar dinero para esta causa que es tan grande. Yo tengo mucha familia allí y estoy seguro que muchos de ustedes vamos a apoyarnos, vamos a unirnos como mexicanos a esta tragedia que ha pasado en nuestra patria. Vamos a unirnos y pedirle al Señor dar nuestra contribución. Aquí vamos a estar en el Coliseo, el 29 va a estar Walter Martínez, exactamente, para colectar lo que se necesite, lo que ustedes quieran colaborar. Amigos, les pido, les ruego, vamos a unirnos para esta causa.
Thank you very much, Chavo. And ladies and gentlemen, our prayers and everything goes to all those families in Mexico who are suffering during the earthquake. Now, let's go pick up our ring announcer, Bill Merriman, for our opening match.
1 fall, 10-minute time limit. From Fort Worth, Texas, weighing 275 pounds, Blackjack Dillon. Dillon. And from Huntington, West Virginia, weighing 431 pounds, Big Bubba.
Well, exciting Bill Merriman, the ring announcer, introducing the opening match as the bell sounds. And Scott Casey's going to stay here with you. Scott, we're getting a look at Blackjack Dillon against Big Bubba.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've got a lot of beef standing in that corner right now. You got one guy nearly 300 pounds and one over 400 pounds. Let's see what happens here.
Well, Big Bubba knocks him down with that shoulder.
Yep, he sure did. Bubba, it seems like he's a lot of determination oh, man. I know one thing, if I was that Blackjack Dillon, I wouldn't try that after a couple of times, but sometimes you can, well, all right.
Kicking a forearm from Blackjack Dillon. This is my first look at him. Hey, look. Oh, and Bubba knocks him all the way back onto the ropes with that forearm. Big chop from Bubba.
He can be vicious. I can see that right now. And he's such a big, strong guy. Whoa, he just threw him in the ropes, and he went right through the ropes. Kind of reminds me of Bluto in the Popeye cartoons, but I tell you, I don't want to tell him that, though.
Well, Big Bubba in the ring. He's 431 pounds. We'll be talking to Big Bubba in just a little while. And, Scott, you're going to be in that big 25-man battle royal, $100,000. Winner takes all. Bubba's going to be there.
Well, that's fine. I don't care how big they are in that, because for $100,000, I'd wrestle my own horse out there. It doesn't matter to me. You're going to have a lot of big guys in. You're going to have Kamala, the one-man gang.
Oh, look at that clothesline.
I tell you what, Bubba is taking care of the subject real good right here. He's kind of overpowering the guy. You can see his strength.
Look at that slam.
He just moved the guy.
Oh, watch this, Casey. That's what you call the big splash.
Yes, sir. It looked like a big tidal wave. What can you say? It was all, a picture says 1,000 words, and he just did it. He finished him off real easy.
Big Bubba very quickly coming out as he has taken care of Blackjack Dillon here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Get Big Bubba up here now as he makes his way up. Bubba, big, exciting victory, and we're here now. We got some men who are coming in, and they especially mentioned Big Bubba. I want you to take a look at the one-man gang, Ox Baker, and Kamala.
All right. Show me. I want to hear what they got to say.
Okay, let's take a look at this videotape of the one-man gang, Ox Baker and...
September 29th at the Joe and Harry Coliseum, the Battle of Alamo, 1985, $100,000 two-ring battle royal. And who else will be there but the one-man gang? Well, I'm coming the 29th. I wouldn't miss it for the world. And I'm looking for you, Big Bubba. I'm looking for you especially, because I'm going to kick you from one side of that building to the other. If I have to go up in the balcony, you will go down.
Bubba, September 29th, I'm coming down that aisle in San Antonio in that $100,000 over the Battle Royal, and I'm going to have in my hand a gallon of yellow paint. And when you prove to me that you're the big lumbering coward that I think you are, I'm going to take that paint, Bubba, and in front of all them people, after I win that $100,000, I'm going to paint a yellow streak down your back, Bubba. I'm going to run you out of Texas because I hate you.
Kamala is returning to the Alamo City, San Antonio. Yours truly, the General, sending Kamala in one of the greatest wrestling cards in the history of San Antonio. Two-ring battle royal. One-man gang, Ernie the Big Cat Lad, Big Bubba, all 400 pounds plus. But when you say Kamala, you say the word that strikes fear into everybody. And you people know in San Antonio that he's pinned the shoulders of the greatest of all time on that local mat. Joe and Harry Freeman Coliseum. We're coming September 29th.
Well, that's Kamala, Ox Baker, the one-man gang, Bubba, and they're all coming, they say, after you.
That's all right, Steve. If they want me, they can come here and get me. Hey, Kamala's big, gang's big, Baker's big. Hey, I'm no slouch myself when it comes to being big. Let me tell you, Battle Royal, 25 men, there's plenty of time. If they come in there, I'm right in there. They're more than happy to come and try and get me because I'm more than ready for them.
Big Bubba, you're going to be facing that one-man gang before you get into that big battle royal.
Hey, that one-man gang, let me tell you something, gang. I'm ready for you. You can sucker me, you can blindside me once, but this time I'm prepared, brother. And you better be prepared because I'm going to knock that head right off your shoulders.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, Big Bubba. He's ready for the Battle of the Alamo, and we'll be telling you more about that later on. We'll be back with another exciting match right after this.
Limit. From Los Angeles, California, weighing 245 pounds, Al Madril. And from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 250 pounds, Tom Jones.
Well, it's Al Madril in the ring against Tom Jones. The referee, Fred Sinclair, asks for the bell. And Scott Casey, here's the man you're going to be meeting at the Battle of the Alamo before that big battle royal. You're going to take on Al Madril.
Boy, he sure has changed over the years. I remember when he was a nice guy. I even did a tour with him in Japan. The one thing I always remembered about him that I just couldn't understand is he always knocked the Mexican people. He always, when I'd ask him if he was Spanish, he said, no, I'm Indian. I don't know why he was that way, but he always was this way. You can see the people are behind TJ right now. But back to Madril, he's acquired quite a name for himself since he's been down here. And it looks like he's got a lot of hatred in his heart. He said a lot of dirty things about me, but a lot of guys have said a lot of things about me. But I'm just going to have to find out on my own what kind of salt is inside this Al Madril.
Well, Al Madril, as you notice, is wearing a cast on that left hand, so that hand was broken by Chavo Guerrero. Madril is not supposed to use that cast to advantage, but you know what kind of wrestler Madril is now. He'll use anything, because Tom Jones laid one in there.
That's right. I tell you what, Tom used to box. He knows how to do that stuff. I'm watching Al, and I've watched a few tapes on him. I know he can do anything in that ring, and he will. You know, Al knows how to wrestle. I've seen him wrestle scientific matches, but he's gone away from that. Maybe he's gotten lazy in his old age. He feels this is the way he needs to do. And he's not that old of a guy. I want to take that back. He's an accomplished athlete, and he's a tough man. See, there he's using that cast now. But I don't know why he's changed his tactics, but I can say he has, and he seems to really enjoy himself doing that.
And we're talking, ladies and gentlemen, about Scott Casey and Al Madril to Battle of the Alamo 85. That's coming up this weekend at Freeman Coliseum, San Antonio. You don't want to miss it no matter where you are.
I've also found out that Al Madril attacked Chavo Guerrero's father. Is this true?
That's right, and Gory Guerrero will be in Chavo and Hector's corner at the Battle of the Alamo 85.
I'll tell you what, this, I can't I just can't see attacking a man that has been a professional wrestler, is now retired from the ring. And why he would do something like that is beyond me. But he's trying to make a name for himself, and I guarantee you he's not going to do it off of my name, because I'm going to give him everything back that he gives to me.
Oh, does he pop Tom Jones as they're outside the ring. Madril telling Tom Jones, I can't really repeat what he said, but they are going back into the ring now. It's Madril already in the ring as Tom Jones crawls over to the corner, comes in between the ropes. Madril is waiting for it. Well, Madril is out here, and I think he's trying to show you, Scott Casey, what you can expect when you meet him.
Well, believe you me, I'll be ready for him, Steve Stack. I'm watching him now. I'm watching his tactics. He's using that cast on his arm. Who knows? I may have a broken arm by the time I get to the ring and have a cast on mine. And who's going to take it off and tell me that it's not broken? Think about that, Steve.
Yeah, that's something to think about. You see Madril distract the referee, told him that Jones was pulling the hair, and then he hit Jones on the side of the jaw with that cast.
That's absolutely right. And I guarantee you, I'll have a surprise for him, because if he has that cast on him at the match, I may just have to have something on my hand. You never know. And I don't know whether he's watching this TV show after the matches or not, but believe you me, I'll have a surprise for him.
Oh, Madril catches one from Jones. He catches another one from Jones. As Jones grabs him out of that corner, whips him across the ring into the turnbuckle. Madril goes down. Tom Jones is right there. I think if I'd been Tom Jones, I'd start kicking.
I'd have been on top of him like white on rice, brother. I guarantee you, see right there, he gave him
that extra minute that he needed. Wasn't a minute, about 15 seconds, but that's all you need to get that win back.
That's all he needed to get his win back, and you can't give somebody like Madril their win back. I see that now. Boy, he's changed his tactics over the years, and for all the worse. You know, I used to have all the respect in the world for this guy, but I can see now that he's not even the same man I once knew.
Yeah, that he isn't. It's Al Madril. Goes in after Tom Jones. Jones catches him with a forearm. They're back into the corners. Jones in front with a fist.
Tom is coming right back at him, and he's giving him everything he's dishing out.
Oh, the referee Veasey stepped in between to break him up, and Madril hit him with that cast. 1, 2, 3, and there it is, Scott.
Right. I know what to expect now.
Now, Al Madril using that cast as he takes care of Tom Jones. We're going to talk to Al Madril as he gets up there one more time. He uses the cast to win a match. And Al Madril coming in here now. Al Madril, one more time, you illegally use the cast to win the match.
Yeah. Can you prove that, Steve Stack? You can't prove nothing, baby. I did what I had to do to win a match. And one thing that's on my mind right now is the guy that broke this. But prior to that, you drugstore cowboy, Scott Casey, I want you so bad, baby, I can taste you. I got rid of your cousin, I got rid of your uncle, and now I'm going to get rid of you, baby. And after I get through with you, Scott Casey, then Chavo Guerrero, you got a little debt to pay, baby. And I'll tell you what, like I've told you people time and time again, what I want, I get. And I'm telling you, Steve Stack, Scott Casey is going to be my stepping stone getting back to Chavo Guerrero.
Al Madril. Al Madril still arguing with Rapido Rodriguez. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because the action continues here on Texas All-Star Wrestling right after this. The Alamo 85, he is signed to take on Dale Veasey, the Georgia Strongman, for the USA Junior Heavyweight Championship. What do you think about that match, Chavo?
Well, I'll tell you what, my opinion is, of course, my father's going to be there, and I'm going to be there supporting Hector. But why don't we go to Florida and let Hector tell us what he thinks about it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's pick up Hector Guerrero.
Sound the trumpets, mariachis, because the Battle of the Alamo 85 is coming to you September 29th. And I'll tell you something, you got two Guerreros with a heart of gold that are going to do their best. And as I'm talking about Chavo Guerrero, and you know who he is, he's my brother, and I'm Hector. A lot of things have happened since San Antonio when the last time I was there, but now Chavo said it right. And let me say one thing, Teddy DiBiase, your North American belt is in heavy, heavy danger. And as for you, Del Veasey, your United States Junior Heavyweight Championship is in real danger. I've been a world junior heavyweight champion, Florida junior heavyweight champion, and many, many more. But let me say one thing, hold on to it tight, brother, because I'm there to get it all the way. And Battle Royal, $4,000 down entry fee, it's all mine, and it's going to be Guerrero night all the night. Te quiero decir una cosa, amigos, abran las puertas, suenen las campanas, porque ahora vamos a enseñarles lo que es el mexicano. Usted es mexicano, yo soy mexicano, y con ese orgullo voy a subir al ring, pero no va para la honra y gloria de México, para la honra y gloria de usted también. Allí los espero en el Álamo.
Presenting one fall, 10-minute time limit from Stomping Grounds, Kentucky, weighing 331 pounds, J.R. Hogg. And from Albany, Georgia, weighing 229 3/4 pounds, the reigning USA Junior Heavyweight Champion, the Georgia Strongman, Dale Veasey. Non-title match in a combined weight of 470 pounds, the reigning Texas State Tag Team Champions, Paul Diamond and Shawn Michaels, the American Force.
Well, there you had the introductions, ladies and gentlemen. As the Georgia Strongman, Dale Veasey, the USA Junior Heavyweight Champion, teams up with 331-pound J.R. Hogg to go against the American Force here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Coming to you from the Wrestlathon, San Antonio, Texas. Steve Stack here ringside along with Scott Casey. Scott, this ought to be a great tag team match.
I tell you what, I don't know much about either one of the teams. I've heard a lot about the American Force. This Dale, whoa, look at the kip up. I tell you what, whoa.
You talk about excitement.
He like took Veasey's head right off his shoulders. If he hadn't tucked his head, he'd have been about another foot shorter. He's very impressive, this Veasey. You can tell by his body he works out, but also is this other fella,
Paul Diamond and Shawn Michaels. It's Shawn Michaels in the ring.
That's right. You'll have to pardon me because I'm not familiar with these people, but I'll get it now. Shawn is a very gifted athlete. Watching him do that kip up, it looks like he weighs about 230. Anybody who can do that at that weight, it's got my respect.
He is 230, and he makes some fantastic moves in the ring, and we'll get to see some of them here today. Here comes Michaels with a shoulder, knocks down Dale Veasey. Over the top goes Michaels. Michaels underneath Veasey. Now Veasey goes for the flip, but Michaels was one step ahead of him, kicked him, and then comes up with the arm dragging out. He tags, and in comes the other half of the American force. This is Paul Diamond.
I tell you what, these guys are high flyers. I can see that right away. They're young, they're aggressive, and it looks to me like they've got it together.
And they'll be teaming up at the Battle of the Alamo with the great Kabuki. And they'll be going into the ring against Killer Brooks, J.R. Hogg, and Ox Baker. Don't you think that'll be a brawl?
What a nightmare that's going to be, brother. These guys wrestle well together. Now, here's Hogg trying to get in on it. He can't, but these guys, when they've got an opponent wore down in a certain position, they stay with it. That's good. They're young, but they've learned fast, and that impresses me a lot, Steve, because it seems like they've got it together.
You're going to be, look at this. Oh, Veasey caught him. Veasey caught him. Look at that move.
Belly to belly, sideways.
Big kick from Veasey. You talk about strong.
Yes, he is. He is very strong, and I tell you, that is impressive to me. Now, here's another big man I don't know much about, but I guarantee you, I'm sure I'm going to find out. J.R. Hogg, right?
Been wrestling back in the Midwest for many, many years. J.R. Hogg comes to us from the stomping grounds in Kentucky.
I tell you what, you can tell by his body that he takes a lot of shortcuts, but he seems like a ring veteran. He knows what he's doing. He's big, and he's strong, and I tell you what, if his meanness is anything like his face, folks, somebody's in trouble. This guy couldn't win a beauty contest on Friday the 13th.
You got that right. Here's the Georgia Strongman back in. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the Battle of the Alamo this Sunday, San Antonio's Freeman Coliseum. That's one you don't want to miss.
Well, you know, it looks to me like this Shawn Michaels and Paul Diamond need to get their old friend Mo.
Mo? Who's Mo?
Momentum. They need him on their side, brother, to get him going. Now, here we go. Whoa! Looks like Shawn's head is opened up. Somebody's hit him or something. He's bleeding from the forehead. Looks like a cut from previous match.
And I think Veasey, Hogg just hit him up there, and that started it flowing, and now Hogg holds. Here comes the Georgia Strongman in, lays one into the midsection of the American force, Shawn Michaels. Look at that drop kick. Whoa! Veasey does a drop kick as good as anybody I've ever seen in professional wrestling.
He's got a lot of power in those legs and that upper body. He's a gifted athlete. It's a shame that he has to wrestle the way he does, but so be it. You know, we can't all be on the same. If everybody was vanilla, what a world this would be.
That's right. Veasey holds. In comes J.R. Hogg. Well, you got 331 pounds behind that punch, and you feel every one of those.
Is that how much that man weighs?
331.
Oh, Lord, he hadn't missed any meals, has he?
No, and he told me he lost 40 pounds.
Well, God bless him, but I tell you right now, God bless Shawn Michaels. He's coming. Whoa, what
Super
a kick. That's right. He is. Oh, another kick. That'll slow anybody down. I don't care if you are 330, but the big man, he just keeps coming at him. He's kind of like a tank. He isn't going to be stopped by a couple of kicks. You're going to have to lay something on him that Ajax won't be able to wash off.
Ducked underneath that one. Oh, and he got him with a forearm. Here comes the tag. Here's Diamond into the ring. Diamond comes in kicking. Here comes Veasey. He catches one from Diamond. Diamond goes back to Veasey, goes back to Hogg. As Paul Diamond drop kicks Dale Veasey. Drop kicks J.R. Hogg. Diamond cleaning house here.
Tell you what, he's got a lot of spunk and a lot of fire. He just keep it going. Yeah, he is. He's keeping it going.
Oh, he's going to monkey flip Hogg. No, he doesn't. Hogg holds onto the rope. Hogg's going up on that middle rope. Hogg's on the middle rope. He flies. Oh, and Diamond gets out of the way. Here's a tag. It's Michaels. Watch this, Casey. Whoa! You need a parachute.
I tell you what, you needed one. You got one hiring the cameras. What an
Did you ever see anything like that?
What an impressive couple of young guys these guys are. I tell you what.
They're the Texas Tag Team Champions, and they deserve to be.
Oh, I'm telling you, they impressed me.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with another exciting match after we talk to Ernie Ladd right after this.
No doubt, it's great to be in the 10th largest city in the United States of America, one of the most progressive cities in the world today, San Antonio. I'm a little partial to San Antonio, you know, because I'm a soul brother and I like to get Mexican food. And when you come to San Antonio, you can get the best of it. I've been all around the world. There's only one city like San Antonio.
Well, thank you, Ernie, and it's good to have you here. And I know the fans here in San Antonio and the fans around the country watching know that Ernie Ladd played some exciting football before he got into wrestling.
Well, without a shadow of doubt, I enjoyed great football in Texas. I got my start in Orange, Texas. And I went on to college at Grambling College, Grambling, Louisiana, and then out to the San Diego Chargers, Houston Oilers, and the Kansas City Chiefs. But without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest sport in the world today is professional wrestling. It's the most exciting sport in the world today.
Well, you've been a professional wrestler now for quite a few years, and I know, Ernie, you've held many, many championships, not only in the United States, but around the world. And what is the largest championship you ever held?
Well, I've only fell short of one, and that's the World's Championship. But I can assure you, probably the greatest event of wrestling that I've ever been to is coming up right now. You know, I have this said to people out in TV land that they've always missed the greatest two events of their life, the birth of their mother and the birth of their father. And whatever you do, don't miss the third great event of your life. Is the battle in 1985 in the Alamo for $100,000.
Well, there's been a lot of big professional matching around the world, but anytime you put $100,000 on the line with the winner take all, they come out of the walls, out of the woodwork, come up out of the hose to get that kind of money.
Proof of the pudding, you see yours truly, Ernie Ladd, don't you?
Ernie, I know you've been wrestling over in Louisiana and that part of the country, and you're still looking great shape to me.
Louisiana, you talk about Madison Square Garden. You talk about all around the world, out in San Francisco, in Japan, Hawaii, all over the world, matter of fact, practically, that I have wrestled. And I've been a very, very devastating impact on the sport of professional wrestling. You know, periodically in my life, I will do anything to win a match. And no shadow of doubt in my mind.
Well, Ernie, right here is a list of men that had entered for that $100,000 battle royal, 25 men take off. I'd like for you to talk about a few of them. Here's a couple right down here I know you know real well. They're both former world's champions, Dory Funk Jr. and Gene Kiniski.
Let me tell you something. That match alone is worth the price of admissions. When you got two former world's champions, they will do anything to prove that they are still the best. And this is a match that I will personally watch myself.
That ought to be a great fight. Ox Baker possesses a hard punch.
Ox Baker has killed two men, to my knowledge, in professional wrestling. That is something that I've never done. I would never want it on my conscience of ever killing someone, but Ox Baker can distinctly say that he has killed someone.
Okay, let's move up here. Chavo Guerrero.
Now, that battle goes back quite a ways. Now, why would you want to talk about Chavo Guerrero?
Because
why?
Chavo Guerrero.
Why? You know without a shadow of a doubt. And Chavo Guerrero and I used to fight in Los Angeles all the time. Let's not talk about him. Let's go on to somebody else.
All right. Kamala. You have to meet the Ugandan giant before you get into that.
Well, without a shadow of a doubt, somebody could very well not make it to the Battle Royal. You talk about one, two big bulls. You know, they pay the most money of all fights you see as the heavyweights of the world. And without a shadow of a doubt, the Ugandan giant, the Ugandan warrior, is a mean motor scooter. But I'm a mean motor scooter myself. It's going to be what you call the rumble in the jungle. And you go down by the creek, and the big fella's going to come up on top, and then go to that battle royal.
Okay, you see the list. Pick the winner.
Let me tell you, I don't come out to lose, my friend. In this type of match, I set the rules. And when I'm playing in my backyard in the state of Texas, I will do anything. Ladies and gentlemen out in TV land, let me tell you something. You're looking at the winner of the battle royal. And you get on your telephone and call somebody and tell them there's going to be a rumble in the jungle in the Alamo City. And yours truly, Ernie Ladd, is going to do anything to win that battle royal. And I can assure you somebody's going down.
Ernie Ladd, it's good to have you back in Texas, and I look forward to seeing you in the ring to battle the Alamo 85.
Don't insult me again.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the big cat, Ernie Ladd. He says he's going to take the $100,000. We'll let you know. Texas All-Star Wrestling will be in Lexington at the City Parks Building on Saturday, October the 5th at 8 o'clock. We want to see all you great fans in Lexington. And Texas All-Star Wrestling returns to Temple inside the Mayburn Civic Center on Saturday, October the 12th, 8 o'clock starting time. Advance tickets at the Civic Center. Here's the lineup. The main event. It's Big Bubba in the ring to take on El Madril. The American Force will defend the Texas Tag Team titles as they take on the Hoods. Killer Brooks returns to action with Texas All-Star Wrestling. He meets Dick Kaniski. Jim Powell takes on the Golden Boy, Mike Golden, who will have Fantasy in his corner. And the Georgia Strongman, USA Junior Heavyweight Champion Dale Veasey up against Rick McCord. That's Saturday, October the 12th, 8 o'clock, Mayburn Civic Center, Temple, Texas. Texas All-Star Wrestling. Remember, those tickets on sale at the Civic Center. American Force, titles on the line against the masked mysterious Hoods. Shawn Michaels.
Last time, Steve, in a six-man tag, everybody was there in Waco, saw what happened. And that's this, 12 stitches in my head from the Hoods and now Madril. Well, Hoods, we've been going after you all over Texas. I don't care if it's in Waco, Lexington, it doesn't matter where we get a hold of you. The belts are on the line. You want these, you come get them. It doesn't matter to me, because this time you're going to pay. My blood was on your hands last time. This time it's going to be yours on ours. You can count on it.
Paul Diamond.
You know what, Steve? Last time, like Shawn said, they made him bleed. But I'll tell you what, now you got two wounded animals with pride that's hurt. And we're going to protect these with everything we got. Let me tell you, when you get to Temple, they're going to stay right around our waist.
Here are the Hoods.
You know, Force, last time it was a six-man, but we finally got it down to business where it's just us against you. Now, take a good look at the freight train, baby, because that's how we're coming for you in those titles. We're coming straight at you, going through you, running you over, and you think it was bad before, Michaels? I'm going to bust you open, I'm going to keep busting you open, and we're going to beat you.
Howdy, folks. I'm Cowboy Weaver from
Battle of the Alamo 85. A lot of great stars have entered. We've been telling you about those. Now take a look at these. They'll be trying to win that $100,000. Sunday, September the 29th, 7:30, $100,000 winner takes all. Battle of the Alamo 85. Here are some of the stars entered.
$100,000 purse, 25-man battle royal. It's the 1985 Alamo battle right there in Alamo City, and you know the fantastic. Looking forward to seeing all the people out there, seeing all those pretty girls. Hola, mis amigos, mucho gusto hasta aquí. Necesitamos su apoyo. We'll see you there.
25 men are in the ring. I'm going to be the 25th one. I'm going to be the last one in there. As far as I'm concerned, I'd shoot my horse. I'd kick my kid for $100,000. I want to walk out of that ring. I don't care who's laying or who's praying, brother. This cowboy wants to walk out with 100,000 G's.
There's one that will stand alone when this battle royal is finished. And I'm talking about the Ugandan savage, Kamala himself. And you people know in San Antonio from the past that this man is unbeatable. He is undefeated.
Whatever you do, don't miss the third great event of your life. The Battle of the Alamo. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's wrestling career might be in it. And I can assure you, $100,000 every wrestler should crawl out of this hole and come and get in that $100,000 battle royal. So come out and see the best.
And when I come into San Antonio, I'm walking in that ring with 24 other men, and I'm going to throw them all over the top rope, and I'm going to win $100,000!
What can I say? See, Big Bubba? This is what you gotta go through if you want to be a pro.
Battle of the Alamo 1985. The biggest names in professional wrestling today are entered. 2 rings, $100,000 to the winner. Winner take all, 25 men in the ring at the same time.
Battle of the Alamo 85 this Sunday, September the 29th, 7:30, Freeman Coliseum. Come see history be made.
Introducing our main event of the evening, which will continue while TV time remains. From parts unknown at a combined weight of 245 pounds, the Hoods. Casey. Weighing 228 pounds, Chavo Guerrero.
There are the introductions, ladies and gentlemen, as you look to masked hoods under the leadership of Al Madril in the ring to take on Chavo Guerrero and Scott Casey. Here with me is Ernie Ladd. He'll be with me for the rest of the program here on Texas All-Star Wrestling today. And Ernie, I know you don't like me to talk about Chavo Guerrero, but he's in this match. We're going to have to talk about him.
Well, that's one thing I can say about him. He's one of the toughest opponents I've ever met in my life. And somewhere along the line, I'd probably still have a lot of scores to settle with him. Look at him. He's going outside right now getting a chair. He's going to run the man off.
Well, Madril has no business in the corner. This is a tag team match. Madril shouldn't be there as the fifth man.
Well, I can assure you, the masked bombers will do anything to win this match. And I kind of believe the masked bombers have the edge because Madril is in that corner. The third man's always a factor.
Well, let's see if Madril leaves. The referee is trying to get Madril to go back to the dressing room, and slowly with an escort, he walks away. So it's going to be Scott Casey, the cowboy, against the Hood, and I believe this is Hood number 1. Scott Casey, you know a lot about him.
Well, he's been a great competitor for some time, but I can assure you one thing. When a man puts a hood on his head, he's got an advantage. A man with a hood on definitely has an advantage.
Why?
Because he can rub it in your eyes, he can butt your head and have a foreign object on it, and you don't even know it. So that's definitely an advantage for a man with a hood.
Well, right now it's the cowboy, Scott Casey, putting a twist in the arm, a reversal one way, a reversal back. Casey has the hood down. Well, I know you're watching here, but you got to have the Ugandan giant on your mind.
Well, it's going to be a great match, I can assure you. See, because one thing I must do, I must put that Ugandan giant away because I want to make that battle royal. That battle royal is worth $100,000. What a great move by Chavo Guerrero. You see that scientific move right there? That's what makes him so dangerous because he knows so many scientific wrestling hosts that most men don't know. See, size doesn't matter when you get that leverage. You get a man's weight going in one direction, and he came back off. Then a man Chavo's size can beat him. But back to that Ugandan warrior. That's going to be a very dangerous match because one of us might not make it out of it. And that one might be the Ugandan warrior.
Well, that's a fight I want to see. Oh, look at Guerrero. What a move. As he bounces that hood, he's got it rolled up. Oh, he kicked out. Nice move there from Chavo Guerrero. He goes, there's a point there that he doesn't give the hood a rest. He didn't pin him, but he come right back with an arm drag. Then he tags out as he had the hood under control. He tagged out to Scott Casey.
Well, that's the mark of a seasoned veteran. You see Scott Casey went right back at the arm. Chavo Guerrero was working on the arm, and it went right back to it. And every move that the hood puts on Chavo Guerrero, he would probably have a counter. One tackle. I did a lot of that in football.
A lot of those one tackles, the big cat gave, and now here comes Casey for the pin, and it's a 2 count.
Only a 2 count. I was great at getting away with a 2 count. And when you pinned me, you had to be good because I'm 6'9", and these long legs of mine can make it to the rope.
6'9", and how many pounds on that frame?
Well, I put a little weight on for the battle royal. I weigh about 350 right now.
Kamala's got to be up around 400.
That's right, but I'm the quickest, and I'm the most scientific wrestler, and I'm dangerous. I'll do anything.
Well, I know that. Ernie Ladd will do anything, and it's nice to have him here on Texas All-Star Wrestling today. A lot of great wrestling fans in Texas. They all know the name of the Big Cat.
They know the Big Cat. If they don't, they better get on that telephone and call somebody and tell them the Big Cat's here. Nice tackle by Scott Casey.
Over the top goes Casey. The hood is up. Casey ducked underneath. Casey reverses, comes up with a backslide. Oh, boy. And the hood outside pulls the other hood off.
That's an advantage of wrestling close to your corner where your partner is right there. It's always an advantage.
Always try to stay in your corner. That way he can help you.
In a tag team match, always stay in your corner. Unless you're in a lot of trouble and you can't make it to your corner.
You had many tag teams. Who was the best partner you ever tagged with?
The dirtiest one I could find. He was always a good one. If anybody got beat, I'd let him get beat up. And I'm not mind telling you. If it got too hot, I'd leave the ring and leave him in there and let him get beat up.
Well, that sounds like the big cat, Ernie. Lad, look at the scissor on the arm of the hood by Chavo Guerrero here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Coming to you from the Wrestlathon, San Antonio, Texas. Steve Stack at ringside with Ernie Ladd. As the referee, Fred Sinclair, checks everything out. Guerrero still has that arm scissor. You can pop that arm.
You can pop it very well, you know, but see, one of the things the referee has to be in there to try to keep you from forcing a guy in a position to breaking his limb. You see, a good referee would be do a thing like that. But see, sometimes if I catch a referee out of position, I got away with quite a few things. Great move by Chavo Guerrero.
I'm sure you got a few special moves you'll be trying to pull at the Battle of the Alamo.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. If I catch a guy sleeping, I go in on him and put him to sleep. Put him away without a shadow of a doubt. See, it's no mystery to it. None of the people out in the wrestling world what Ernie Ladd will do and what Ernie Ladd is capable of doing. Because I've heard a many, many man in pro football, and I've also heard a many, many man in pro wrestling. But you see, out of all the sports, pro wrestling has to be the greatest out of all of them as far as I'm concerned.
Most one-on-one sport there is. There's no doubt about it. As it's two hoods against one Chavo Guerrero right now. There's a forearm as the referee finally gets them separated. And the masked man taking on Chavo Guerrero here as they bounce Guerrero off the ropes. And he knocks him down with that big chop. One count as Guerrero quickly out. There's a kick from Chavo Guerrero. Another mule kick.
See, Chavo Guerrero is so dangerous, he has an arsenal of weapons.
Oh, he gets high in the air with that knee, and he tags out to Scott Casey.
Well, that's smart to get a fresh man in. That's a real smart move in a good veteran wrestler. Look at Scott Casey.
Chavo Guerrero at the Battle of the Alamo will be taking on Ted DiBiase, and you know DiBiase well. DiBiase putting that U.S. Heavyweight Championship on the line. Look at Casey. Power driver. Oh, he drops the hood right on top of his head. Here's a count. The other hood saves him.
Barely saved him. So that's the advantage of being in a team. But back to Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase is probably one of the most scientific wrestlers in the world and dangerous. What a tremendous kick to the chest. Almost kicked his pick right out of place.
Well, here's the tag.
Smart tag.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because this match will continue. Battling it out with Scott Casey and Chavo Guerrero. And we want to take you now and show you the team that the Fantastics are going to meet. I mean, the Hoods are going to meet. It's the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers. Here they are.
Hello, San Antonio. It's very nice to get to see and talk to all you people out there. You know, I'll tell you, Tommy, a big thing's happening in San Antonio. That's the Alamo City Battle. 1985, brother. A 25-man, $100,000 purse to the winner. You know, that's a lot of money, and no matter what country you'll be in. But let me say this right now. You know, it's a pleasure to get to come out here and talk to the people, and a pleasure to get to see you.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, it's been a long time since we've been to San Antonio, and it's been a long time since we rock and roll, and the Fantastics are coming to you. Alamo City, remember that Battle Royal, $100,000 to the winner. 25 men, 25 of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time is going to hit the squared circle, and they have entered, and you know there's a lot of hungry men in professional wrestling today, brother, and the Fantastics are one of them. You know, Tommy, there's a lot of pretty girls out there, and I'd like to say something in Spanish to all the people out there. Hola, mis amigos. Mucho gusto hasta aquí. Necesitamos su apoyo. We need your support. We're looking forward to being there. San Antonio, Alamo City Battle Royal, $100,000. Whoa!
What a collision there, Ernie Ladd.
That was enough to knock a train off the track, that collision right there. You know, the first man get to the corner, the match could be over. This could make a difference right now. It could be over. Oh, what a great move by the veteran Casey.
Casey catches it in the back from the hood. It looks like hood number 2. It's hard to tell them apart. Has big forearms to the back of the neck of the Cowboy, Scott Casey.
And he's trying to put him away. It might be all over for Casey right now. Almost a sleeper hold. Almost a sleeper hold, but right now it's really a choke hold.
Look at Casey trying to drag him over where he can tag out to his partner, Chavo Guerrero.
He's only going on experience right now because he's got to be kind of dizzy. He's quite shook up, but I can assure you, he's got only one thing on his mind. If he can make it to his partner.
There's a tag. Chavo Guerrero made the tag. He's in. He hits the hood, but the referee did not see the tag. He's not going to allow it. And the hoods are right back on Scott Casey.
That's a mistake by Chavo Guerrero going in at a point like that. But you say very seldom you'll see a veteran like Chavo Guerrero make a mistake. And the hoods definitely took advantage of it. So the match is really in the hood's favor right now.
It is in the hood's favor. And Chavo Guerrero, as we go back to him and Ted DiBiase, Chavo will have his father, who was injured right here by Al Madril, in his corner as he goes against DiBiase.
That's quite an inexperienced referee, too. He keeps turning his back like that. But I can assure you, if he makes a mistake like that on Ted DiBiase will end his wrestling career.
That is going to be quite a fight. Ted DiBiase against Chavo Guerrero for the U.S. Heavyweight Championship at the Battle of the Alamo 85. Chavo Guerrero now trying to cheer Casey on, trying to get Casey over. Remember, that Battle of the Alamo is this Sunday in San Antonio.
You know, a lot of times the fans can cheer a guy on to victory and get a guy's adrenaline flowing and get him excited. And that might be the only thing right now that can save Scott Casey, if he can hear these fans cheering for him and bringing him on. But see, right now, like the hood, I would be trying to put him away. I would be to put Casey away for good right now.
Here comes Casey with a shoulder tackle, knocks the hood down. Casey goes over the top. Oh, he catches a knee. Look at him somersault over. Here it comes.
He somersault over that knee. He didn't catch that knee.
Catch that knee. Chavo in with a couple drop kicks. Chavo another one.
Mule kick by Chavo. Fist by Chavo. That's cheated. Another fist. Look at his eyes. He looked like a man that's possessed. Look at Chavo Guerrero's eyes. Get that camera and close look at his eyes. He's really looking for the victory right now, that Chavo Guerrero.
Guerrero has one hood. Casey comes in and he grabs the other hood. They take him and they whip them together into the center of the ring, and down goes the hood. What are they going to do here?
Uh-oh, that's dangerous. They can pull the groins right out of place. The fans are loving it. Look at that. Look at them. The fans are loving it. The referee should disqualify him right there.
Here comes Al Madril. Here comes Al Madril, and he's going after Chavo Guerrero. He hits him with that cast. Oh, he knocked Chavo Guerrero out of the ring with a cast. Al Madril has interfered in the match. Now he's going after Casey. Guerrero has a chair. Oh, and they got out of the ring. Somehow they got away.
What an exciting match. As Chavo Guerrero come back in the ring with a chair.
I can't believe.
That's too much. I can't believe it.
They got away from him.
They ran like rats. They ran like rats. They ran like rats. I should have been right in there. He'd bring that chair and I run it out. I'd take that chair right in the head and knock that Chavo Guerrero right out. Ladies and gentlemen, out in TV land, I can tell you, it's going to be an exciting match. At 85 at the Alamo. Anything can happen in that match. You see Chavo Guerrero bring a chair now. You see Scott Casey got put on the run. And then Al Madril came in there with the cast on his arm to knock some sense in those two stupid wrestlers' heads.
Well, Ernie, lad, you're going to be at the Battle of the Alamo 85. Of course, you've got to take on the Ugandan giant, but all other kind of stars are going to be there.
But only one man can win it. That's yours truly, Ernie Ladd. Not you, Kanduski. Not you, Chavo Guerrero. You can't win it. You can't win it, Scott Casey. I can assure you.
How about the one-man game?
Now, that's a big, big man, that one-man game. But what about Bubba? I'd like to take this Bubba and teach him a lesson because he's green.
Well, yeah, he's green, but he's big.
But he's big. But I like to take a... But look at this. You don't call this big. Look at this now. 6'9", 350 pounds. You don't call that big.
That's big, but Big Bubba is 431.
But he might be 430, but he don't have anything between his ears. He's a dummy. He's not smart. He's got the IQ of a boiled egg. And I can assure you, when a man is dumb, I'll beat his drum. I can assure you.
Thank you very much, Ernie Ladd. We'll see you at the
Hey, don't take me off the air.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Till next week, Steve Stack saying so long for Texas All-Star Wrestling. Next week, a big surprise for you.
Number one.